Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week by heading up to Marydell for the 8th annual food truck competition.
We'll swing over to Rock Hall to find out what makes this small piece of Kent County, Maryland so special.
Scorchy Toss takes us to Chincoteague to meet Frank Williams, affectionately known as the Minnow Man.
And we'll take to the skies to find out how DNREC is making the outdoors more enjoyable.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, did you know that April 27th is National Sense of Smell Day? And due to my allergies being terrible, can you tell me what's dancing in the breeze right now?
Oh, sure. Let's see. Well, smells like somebody's got something on the barbecue over that side. Let's see over here. Oh, that's fresh cut grass. Somebody just got done cutting the lawn, and let's see over. Oh, that's the that's the field that they're plowing right now.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
As many of you saw on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page, Lauren and I did a little sampling of the off-road offerings by all the food trucks at the DSN Outdoors Expo.
And when it comes to food trucks, a little friendly competition can make for a tasty afternoon at Harvest Ridge Winery in Marydell.
So Food Truck Festival got started, this is our 8th year, and we wanted to be able to start giving back to our military community, and this was our best way to do it. We started with 4 trucks, and now we're at 32.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
And talk about how a food truck would enter.
So all we do is we actually send out invites and put it out there for all trucks, and the first 32 that get it are the ones that come. And so they actually pay $200 to be here, and that is all donated to the DAV and to Hero Hunts. So we have 6 sweet trucks this year. That's the most we've ever had. Wow. So we have lots of ice cream, cupcakes.
I was eyeing the donuts.
The donuts. Oh my gosh. And so everything else is savory, and you have everything from Greek food to Indian food to barbecue. It is vast out there.
Recap what Hero Hunts is.
So Hero Hunts is actually our grassroots charity that we have with the family. We take men hunting, active military and veterans. We even do disabled veterans. We actually have 20 different farmers that volunteer and spend time with the guys before the last day of shotgun season. And then we have a huge dinner afterwards on a Sunday, big family dinner. So all the military gets to come with their family, all the farmers get to come with their families. It's just a really good time.
This is a lot of work putting an event on like this, but it brings you a lot of joy.
Oh, I love it. Like, this is my Super Bowl. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite 2 days of the year. So we already have the dates for next year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And to get your tickets, go online.
You can go on to our website, which is www.harvestridgewinery.com, and that's where it all goes through there.
The results are in. The savory winner was That Kitchen. They're based out of Delmar. And the sweet winner was Donut Envy. And Jason, their truck was really cool. It was interactive, so you could actually see the donuts being made through the window. They were delicious.
And it hasn't escaped me that you didn't bring me one.
Whoops.
Yeah. Still ahead on the show, we meet the Minnow Man in Chincoteague in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws. But up next, we find out why Rock Hall, Maryland is one of the coolest corners of Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
There's a lot of tiny towns on Delmarva that we have just fallen in love with over the years.
And one that you may have not been to yet or even heard of is tucked away in Kent County, Maryland.
When going anywhere new, finding a place to stay is usually first up on the list, and the Bayshore Campground should be right there at the top.
Well, welcome to Bayshore Campground, family operated and owned for 20 years, located on the southern end of Kent County, overlooking the Chesapeake Bay. 160 transient and seasonal sites, so weekly, daily, monthly, all on the Chesapeake. Beautiful campground.
Our campground allows for you to be close enough to the water to enjoy all that it has to offer. Just to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city and want to just relax. Whether you're a camper or you're not a camper, it's a great place to visit, and you don't even need to own a camper. You can rent one and still enjoy camping. And in a place like this, I don't know, it's a way to disconnect from our very busy, crazy lives that we all live right now.
The town of Rock Hall is fantastic. It's one of the last remaining small towns on the East Coast. Definitely the pearl of the Chesapeake. Can't say enough about town. It's just fantastic. Nice, quaint, great people. Yeah, they look forward to seeing y'all.
Experiencing the waterman culture of Rock Hall is an absolute must, and that culture is more than just fishing.
Kent County really is a beautiful area that if you've never driven through there, you might. So this is a different place on Delmarva that I've never even.
We're very rural. You might correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we're the most sparsely populated county in the state of Maryland at the moment. And you know, you're still back like it used to be for the most part. It's still old school here, for lack of a better term. I mean, Rock Hall's been a fishing village 300 years, really is. People like me, my wife's grandfather started fishing here, running charter fishing at $27 a person 100 years ago, you know. And so in most every charter boat captain you're gonna run into in Rock Hall, it's a family tradition. They're born and bred watermen for the most part. And I mean, we do other things too. I do weddings on the boat. I do bachelor parties. We go see the fireworks. We bring Santa Claus in every year, you know. So right to this bulkhead right here is where we bring Santa Claus in. And it's a multifaceted thing. And most charter boat captains have a history in the work in the water. You're not going out with some guy that's decided he's going to retire and take you fishing. And when you come to Rock Hall, you're going out with a waterman 90% of the time.
But if land is more your speed, a stroll through Eastern Neck National Wildlife Refuge will be right up your alley.
Collectively, between the roads and the trails, we have over 9 miles that people can explore. We have a kayak launch. We have a boat launch. We provide deer hunting. We get about 500 people come and deer hunt here every year. And we also allow turkey hunting. We bring the youth out here for 2 days every year, and we partner with the National Wild Turkey Federation, and we have a youth hunt. Photographers, we've got, I think our last count was something like 30,000 photographers come out here per year just to come out and photograph. So it's you've got the hiking, the biking, you're allowed to walk your dog as long as it's on a leash. It's available. We encourage people to come out. We want them to explore and enjoy the outdoors, but it's also regulated to make sure that the top priority, the habitat and the wildlife, are protected.
With so many things to see and do in this tiny portion of Kent County, you may find that a day trip or even a weekend getaway isn't enough time to explore all that Rock Hall has to offer. But with it being nestled right here on the Delmarva Peninsula, you can go back as often as you like. And for more information, visit kentcounty.com/visitors.
Now, there was so much to see and to do during our time in Rock Hall that we weren't able to bring you all of that during this segment. But coming soon to OutdoorsDelmarva.com, we'll bring you an online exclusive extended version of what you saw today.
Scorchy takes us to Chincoteague next. Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Scorchy has introduced us to so many wonderful people on Delmarva.
And now we head to Chincoteague in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws to meet the Minnow Man.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
66-year-old Frank Williams is red-haired, ruddy, and ready for menopotting any hour of any day.
Really like it. That's all I've known, and I really enjoy it, and a lot of peace of mind, and it's just no other way for me.
It's a good bet that any given flounder you caught on a live minnow in eastern shore of Virginia waters for the past 25 or 30 years was itself caught by Frank Williams. Frank Williams, a lifelong resident of the Chincoteague area, is almost as much a part of the Delmarva landscape as steamed crabs, but is one of its best-kept secrets. There are those who will tell you that Frank is the #1 minnow man on the entire East Coast. Bait and tackle shop owners in Virginia flounder country depend on him. On Wednesday, we joined Frank on one of his daily minnow pot fishing sojourns, not to help, surely not to offer advice, but to just observe a man who is wallowing in the caress of local history. We went no further than the placid, shallow waters of narrow Piney Island Creek, a place watched over by historic Assateague Lighthouse, a place where most of his yesterdays are buried, and a place where the catching expectations rarely exceed the reality.
You're always expecting a lot of minnows in your pots, and most of the time you don't get disappointed. Most of the time you have a lot of minnows in there.
Frank Williams designs his own pots. He baits them with herring, bunker, or any oily fish. He has caught as many as 15 to 18 gallons of minnows a day.
It all depends on the flounder. The flounder come in pretty good, you know. We got, you know, really hustle, and they use a lot of minnows.
Competition is not beating a path to Frank's door. There is no pot of gold at the end of the minnow rainbow. That doesn't bother him in the least.
It's just enjoyable, you know, to get out on a, you know, pretty day and be out where nature is and, you know, see the birds and see the Lord's work.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that the stretch of land known as Fenwick Island was granted to its namesake Thomas Fenwick in 1682 by Lord Baltimore?
Did you know that despite the area being named for him, Thomas Fenwick never actually lived there?
And did you know that Thomas Fenwick, who relocated to Sussex County from his Maryland home, served as Justice of the Peace, Sheriff, and Register of Wills?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Well, it's springtime on Delmarva, and if you spent any time outdoors, you might be dealing with some things that might be causing you pain, discomforts, just a general annoyance and a nuisance all the way around. And
You're right, it's mosquito season, which is why we head to Greenwood to talk to our friends at DNREC to learn about what they're doing for the skeeter situation.
Well, here in Delaware, we have about 60 or just short of 60 species of mosquitoes. And they all need water in some way, shape, or form in their larval part of their life cycle to, you know, complete that life cycle. And with all those different species, there's different time of years that different species utilize different habitats. Obviously, Delaware and Delmarva is full of wet woods at this time of the year, so we can't spray every acre of wet woods in the state. So first thing we do is we kind of prioritize what areas we're going to treat based on human population centers, areas adjacent to that, and historic information and data we have on mosquito populations and habitat. So we're spraying around to people, and we'll check these blocks on an annual basis to see what our larval populations are doing. So we will prioritize our blocks based on human people, population density, and then larval habitat and larval density. Product that we're using for this spraying program is an EPA registered product that poses no unreasonable risk to humans, health, or the environment. This particular product is actually what they consider a biorational product. It is a spore that is derived from the fermentation of a bacteria. This particular bacteria, when ingested by mosquito larvae, kills them. It actually destroys their internal organs and their digestive system from the inside out. So this particular chemical goes down through the tree canopy into a liquid form, into the larval habitat, and it's very target specific. The larvae have to physically ingest these spores and these crystals in order for it to work. So we do work for Fish and Wildlife, which kind of benefits us as a section here in Delaware, that we're looking at the big picture, not just to control mosquitoes, but also balance, human health, obviously, and animal health and wildlife and fish and wildlife conservation also. So we choose our products wisely. Here in Delaware, we use aerial contractors to do our aerial applications. Some other mosquito control districts and programs have the luxury of owning their own aircraft, like such as Maryland. So we put out a contract and we get applicants and companies that put bids in for our contract, and that's how we work. So this year, our awarded contractor for our helicopter applications is Corman Aerial Application. So he is our aerial contractor for the state of Delaware. I work for Delaware Division of Fish and Wildlife, so we service the state of Delaware, and we have 2 offices that handle Newcastle to Kent and Sussex County. So the easiest way is probably look on our website, look under Delaware Division of Fish and Wildlife Mosquito Control section and find our numbers to put in a public complaint. And if you're starting to experience a number of adults that is troublesome or bothersome to you, let us know and give us a call, and we will make note and try to help you as best we can.
Jason, it was never the skeeters that I had a problem with last year. It was more so the chiggers in the field that you took us stomping through.
No, that wasn't me. That must have been the other host. But now that you say something, I am starting to itch a little bit.
Me too. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Bob Albrecht of Ocean Pines bagged this impressive bird on opening day of Maryland's turkey season. Bob reports that the beard measured 11 inches long and 1 1/4 inch long spurs.
Ronald King of Magnolia submitted these photos of Barbara King's harvest in the Milford area. The turkey had a beard of 8 3/4 inches long and weighed in at 24 pounds.
Brooke Loring of Newark, Maryland sent us this photo of her first turkey she harvested on Youth Day. Congratulations, Brooke, and thanks for the submission.
Terry Soboleski sent us another Sasha outing photo, and now we're all wanting steamed crabs.
And Bonnie Abbott from Church Creek sent in this stunning sunset photo from her vantage point at Goody's Marine. What a magical shot, Bonnie.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
And that's going to do it for us this week. But before we let you go, need to make a correction. Last week we said that the Shorts Marine Cinco de Mayo boat show was happening on May 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Correction, that is May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And for more information, check out shortsmarine.com.
We love seeing your viewer photos, so be sure to keep submitting them. You can go to outdoorsdelmarva.com, click submit your photo at the top of the page, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope to see you right back here again next week, but until then, my name is Jason Lee.
I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.